You are listening to the I Wish I Knew Stuff podcast with Mark and Nalo. Subscribe to the channel and thanks for listening.
What up, what up, what up? Hey, it's Nalo, and I wanted to personally thank you for tuning in. If you are listening, you're already our biggest fans, and that's awesome. And you know what? That makes us your biggest fan. Podcasting is an amazing tool for anyone to participate in so they can get their voice heard for any reason. Well, Mark and I, however, aren't really interested in getting our voice heard. We're just literally doing this for fun. Our conversations are recorded and posted for your entertainment, and that's basically it. Thanks for subscribing, though. It actually means a lot to us. We want to keep making content, and it's encouraging that you're here. First episode content stems from a gift I received years ago that still sits unopened in the bottom of my closet. Yeah, it's there. I've never even opened it. You know what it is? It's a name your own star packet. I've never opened it. Many times our conversations start this way. They evolve into crazy ideas and obnoxious stories. Mark and I seek to secure the future survival of our great-grandchildren in this episode, and we do it by looking into buying land on the moon. We discover much more than that, though. Genuinely thank you again for listening, and enjoy. Hey, here we are, Mark and Nalo. I'm Nalo.
I'm Mayfo. Or Mark, for short.
Or Mark Mayfo. And this is our first podcast, and episode 1, if you will.
Of one.
Unrelated to Star Wars.
It's better than Star Wars, actually.
Yeah, actually, there's no pod racing in this episode 1, only podcasting.
Boosh.
Oh, all right. Man, this is good coffee. Thanks for making coffee, Mark.
You got it.
So, we're going to talk about
Galactic
real estate.
Yes.
And the effects that it can have on your life. Well, maybe not that, but we're gonna look at a few websites here that sell real estate in space, and we might just buy some by the end of this podcast
because it's cheap.
Because, well, I guess we'll find out. Is your beard getting in the mic?
I don't know.
Mark's he hasn't cut his beard in a while. What do we got up first there, Mark?
I don't know. Should we check out lunarland.com?
Okay.
Earth's oldest, most recognized celestial real estate agency. I feel like they could have worked on that tagline a little bit better. Just, I don't know. It's like shorten it up a little bit. Just be like, buy Moonland here or something. I don't know.
You know, it says since 1980, over 300 million acres sold. So is this really... Oh. Isn't there a guy that owns the moon?
For $30, 1 acre of lunar land, a lunar deed, map, and our pledge, and registration with the IAOHPE.
How do you say that?
Hope. Hippie. I don't know. What is their pledge, though? Like, we pledge to be legit.
Here, my question is, why would you even want to buy... First off, why are you even on this website? Like, why do you want to buy land on the moon in the first place?
Why not? Because I'm gonna... Just because it'd be dope to have some moon property, live on the moon someday.
I got a different question for you then.
Okay.
If you could buy land on... If you could buy land on literally any planet, which one would you buy?
Earth.
Earth.
Yep.
Well, I didn't expect that.
Or Uranus, one of the two.
I did expect that. So you'd buy land on Earth.
Or Uranus.
Duh. That's a given. Can you even buy Uranus? Can you even buy land on Uranus?
According to buyuranus.com, you can grab a piece of Uranus.
Wow.
I can grab a piece of my anus down on Earth, too, so...
Ownuranus.com. It's my favorite.
Own a piece of Uranus. I already own a piece. I already own my whole anus.
That's not what it says. It says own Uranus. Because I can own Uranus. You just watch me.
I'm going to own Uranus. Oh my gosh. Get over here.
So let's see here. We're looking at the Buy Uranus website right now, and it looks...
It's owned and operated by Wiley Digital.
I'm not overly impressed by the website currently.
I mean,
it does have
childish.
some, 1995 clip art.
Let's see. The official How do we guarantee your spot on Uranus won't get picked by someone else? We guarantee no one can lay claim on Uranus by registering each sale with Rectum.
Rectum.
Each deed contains the exact location of your spot, which is also entered into the great tome of Rectum. What is Rectum, you may ask? It's the Real Estate Commission and Trust of Uranus Management.
Oh, yeah, probably ironic. The name of their company spells out Rectum.
Here's the thing. Rectum was founded in the early 60s, so they've been selling Uranus property longer than they've been selling moon property. Dave from the UK says, I can't wait to inspect Uranus.
These are like reviews?
I've got a huge spot on Uranus, yeah. People that claim to have bought it. Let's be honest, there's a lot of Uranus to go around, and since we at buyuranus.com believe everyone should own and even share Uranus, we have since the late 90s been offering forward-thinking individuals like yourself free and clear legal title to a full square mile of that gassy object. How many celebrities own a piece of Uranus?
Dude, I don't see any celebrity pictures on this website. I think if anything, we might see like Chris Pratt's picture on here. I feel like Chris Pratt is the kind of guy that would buy.
Star-Lord would have some Uranus.
I've been there. Been to Uranus.
Yep, twice.
Yep. Got an upgrade for my blaster there.
Everybody's getting moon property. I got a piece of Uranus.
Yeah, that's rare these days. I still can't see where they're offering anything about the dark side of the moon. Because if I'm going to buy something, that's where...
I want it where no one can see me.
I mean, yeah. Dude, if you're allergic to sunlight...
Perfect.
I mean, this is the best real estate you can buy.
Okay. When old Richard Branson and his Virgin Galactic starts taking people up to the moon, how are you going to find it?
Yeah, what are you going to do?
How are you going to find your land? Get a survey crew up there?
Like a picture of the moon and it tells like a dot on it or something.
Yeah, but how are you going to find it? Look at that. Areas currently available is over in the Sea of Tranquility.
That's got to be a gimmick. Like, wouldn't you buy there first?
One of the darkest spots on the moon. There you go.
Like, what if they don't sell the dark side of the moon because Pink Floyd already owns
they already bought it.
The dark side of the moon?
It's true. Lunar reserve areas and cities. There's already cities up on the moon?
That's messed up. Oh, don't get me wrong, but shouldn't the man on the moon be like the owner?
Yeah.
Shouldn't we ask that
shouldn't
guy?
He get a say? What was the first year we even went to the moon? 69?
I don't know.
Was that the first year we went on the moon?
You know, these are things I wish I knew. I feel like we should read a little bit about what the UN says about selling land on the moon.
What do they know?
It says the UN Outer Space Treaty of 1967.
Yeah, I was reading something about that.
Oh, yeah.
That was on the BBC thing.
No government can own extraterrestrial property. However, it neglects to mention individuals and corporations.
Countries that don't participate in the United Nations. Madagascar, they ain't part
Most
of
of Africa doesn't freaking care about the UN.
But they ain't going to space either, I'm guessing. But they could, and they could get up on the moon and be like, this is ours.
Yeah, I mean, if by random chance they invented teleportation in that tribe, and they got to the moon first.
Dude, North Korea is part of the United Nations.
Oh, North Korea is part of the UN. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, who cares? I think maybe it's a better idea to just give the moon to North Korea
go live
and then
there.
send them there. Like,
what if that's what their rockets they're
nukes
building? Like, they're not actually building nukes, they're building a rocket to the moon.
Yeah, whatever rockets they are building can't even get off their own land. And, I mean, they shot one over Japan, right? So it landed in the water.
Yep.
So that's about 1/millionth of the distance between the moon and here. So I think maybe we should just kick North Korea out to the moon.
Yeah, go to the moon. Or, would you ever go to the moon if you could?
I don't know. What's it going to do up there? Maybe I'll wait till an amusement park's
But
built
like
up there or something.
in like 50 years or something, when we're like 90 years old, and it's like developed up there, you could go. Chillax.
I think I'd rather do something crazy here on Earth, like rob a bank or something.
Yeah, but you could rob a moon bank too.
Yeah, but say if you're 90 years old and you rob a bank.
Yeah.
I mean, you could just be like, I'm crazy and old.
I didn't know what I was
doing.
In 90 years, though, how are you going to rob the Bitcoin bank?
Bitcoin banks?
Yeah, give me all your Bitcoins. They're not a real thing.
Dude, that's a whole different podcast. So we're going to talk about Bitcoins.
Yeah, freaking Bitcoins.
What do you enhance it with?
Well, you can add on some Mars land or some Venus land, Mercury.
Oh, what, for an extra fee?
I don't know. Yeah, probably. Planet Mars.
This sounds
land.
lame. Like, if I'm going to spend any extra money,
it's going to be for more moon property.
Yeah, but I want to build stuff.
Oh, yeah. Like build freaking rocket launchers or something on it.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking like, a garden or a terraforming, some logical use of the land, but I guess rocket launchers would be good too.
You got to protect what's yours.
Okay.
And you don't even know if you can garden up there yet.
No, I guess you're right. I mean, you could dig a hole and try to find it, but then if you can't protect it, somebody's coming after it.
Yeah. Obviously, if you're up there first, you're going to want to protect it from space raiders and stuff like that. Rocket launchers is the logical first step of something to build up launchers. There. Rocket launchers, barbed wire fence. Not that you couldn't just anti-gravity jump over the fence, but...
It's just going to have to be a tall fence.
Very tall.
You know what? I think if we're already landing on the moon and building there, I think my fence is going to be like that fence off of, what's that show where the person gets cut in half by all the lasers?
That's a lot of movies.
I would just have a laser fence. It just cuts people in half. Yeah.
First I was thinking you were talking about Tremors, but there's no lasers in Tremors.
No, I was talking about Resident Evil. It gets cut into just a perfect grid.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what would happen if you cross into my moon land. You can get cut up into a plaid fashion.
Is there anybody else that sells?
Oh yeah, property? Dude. Man, you just wait. I got like a sick website for you. I'm going to preface this though.
Oh yeah, Moon Estates.
No, hey, you gave it away.
Sorry.
That's all right. I'm going to preface this with, I think there's a guy that legitimately owns the moon, and it wasn't the Lunar Land guy. His name is Dennis Hope.
He's the owner of the moon.
He is the owner of the moon. Long story short with this dude, he was going through a rough time in 1980 and decided he wanted to buy some land. And then, oddly enough, he said that he looked up and was like, wow, look at that giant piece of land.
The moon. There's a lot of land out there.
And so he wanted to know if anyone owned it. So he didn't Google nothing in 1980, but he looked up some stuff and found out that the United Nations in 1963 came up with some rules saying that no one can own the moon, but not necessarily no one. It was no country or government could own the moon, or any celestial body for that matter. Like nobody can own space. You can only own land on the earth because we can't even go there, I think was their intention.
At that time.
He found a technical quote unquote loophole because they didn't say anything about a private party owning the moon. So he just followed all the regular steps of owning land, claiming land as your own, which is technically a bunch of paperwork, declaring your ownership of this undeclared land.
Well, didn't he even write the UN a letter like, yo, I want the moon as my own? If you got
a grievance against it, I want to hear it.
And it's been 30 years and they haven't said nothing back to him. So it's his.
Yeah, it's his. Dennis has seriously owned this moon. I mean, Dennis has made like a grid of land mass. So he's mapped out the entire moon. And in order for him to actually own the moon, he's had to declare it a sovereign nation, and in order to be a sovereign nation, you have to have a government and a currency. And he straight up made a government. What's it called again?
The Galactic Government.
The Galactic Government, yeah.
It's kind of a lame name, but whatever.
I feel like he might have got that from Star Wars.
Probably.
But it's called the Galactic Government, and they have their own currency. And just like our United States currency is backed by gold, their currency is backed by helium deposits on the moon. So since he owns the moon, he owns the helium deposits. And he says there's $6 quadrillion worth of helium up there.
So he's also the richest guy in the world.
Dude, I watched the video. He claims,
richest guy in the galaxy.
Yeah, he claims to be the wealthiest man in the world. And his wealth isn't determined by
earthly standards.
Yeah, earthly standards or earthly dollars, but he owns the most land, which is the most classic and barbaric way of deciding who is the most wealthy person. So
I own the moon. Cool. I win.
Yep. Yeah, not only did he claim the moon, but he claimed every planet and moon besides Earth. Venus, Mars, Jupiter.
All of them.
Especially Uranus.
Does he own the sun?
No.
Sun's mine.
I think it was 1995. Some dude emailed him and said, I'm glad that you own the planets, but I have done the same thing and I'm claiming to own the sun. And you owe me $30 million a day for the energy that you use on your properties. So he said he waited a few days to email this guy back. He basically said, well, congratulations for owning the sun. However, we've decided that we don't want to use your energy, so can you just go ahead and shut it off?
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. So he didn't get an email back.
Yeah, we don't like your sun's energy. Just go ahead and turn that off, will you?
We'll just generate our own.
Yep.
Yeah, we didn't ask for it.
You don't need it on the dark side of the moon anyway.
Oh, that brings up another point. Who owns outer space? If it pops up with Donald Trump, I'm gonna
tip this computer over.
Yeah. Oh, cool. You own the Earth, Trump.
First,
Putin owns literally the entire outer space.
Who was the first person in space? Russian cosmonaut.
Oh yeah, I knew this. Yuri
Gagarin. So yeah, I mean, Putin could be like outer space is ours. Get out. Yuri was there first.
Yeah, what if he just blocked sunlight? Because he's like, well, the sunlight is going through my space, so it's mine. I own the sun. Sorry.
Space Wars.
So Dennis's website is called Moon Estates.
Wouldn't an estate be like a house?
Yeah, maybe.
What's the definition of an estate?
Moon Estates. You can buy 1 acre, just like that other website. You can buy 1 acre. You can buy 10 acres. But here's the crazy thing. You can buy up to a continent size moon space.
Ain't nobody's done it yet, huh?
Nope. Nobody's done it yet, but it costs almost $14 million.
I think Elon Musk should buy one.
I think so, too.
It's like pocket change for that guy.
If I was worth as much as Bill Gates, I would have at least spent $14 million buying a continent-size piece of land on the moon. I mean, $14 million. Dude, if you had $70 billion, $14 million is like us spending $100.
Now, how big is their continent? Are we talking like Australia continent or
Africa,
Asia, Europe continents?
Can I have an Antarctica? Antarctica size.
Antarctica.
Yeah, we won't talk about pronunciation. I'm terrible at that. I slur my words when I'm drinking coffee, so you can only imagine.
An estate is a piece of landed property, especially one of large extent, with an elaborate house on it. Where the houses at, Moon Estates guy? Oh, sorry. In law, it could just mean property or possession. So
that's probably what he's going for. Maybe in the future have the other one. Because, I imagine if you're going to build land on the moon because you bought property up there, you're not going to build like a shack. Or maybe you spent all your money getting there.
Do you think like houses on the moon would look different than they do on Earth? Or would we still build them out of like 2x4s, 2x6s, all that? Side them, have some nice siding.
I can tell you right now that I'm going to have to kill 2 birds with 1 stone and try to get to the moon in a double wide. so I could just park my car and live in that.
Parked my spaceship.
Yeah, I'm just going to have like a 18-wheeler.
A space RV.
Just have a wide load sign on the back.
Yep, coming through.
By the time I get there, I'll have my house.
So this dude says he owns the moon.
He does.
So say somebody gets there first and decides stake their claim. Can they just be like, no, it's mine. I'm here. What are you going to do about it?
Well, I mean, they'd probably have to fight him for it.
But they're on the moon.
But according to his galactic government, they do have exploration laws, I was reading.
Yeah, you're allowed to explore it, but not.
You can't build on it yet.
Yeah, but how is he going to stop you? Like, if you make it up there and start building stuff, he can't stop you.
Especially if he's going your route and he's building rocket launchers first. Yeah. Because you don't want to mess with that guy.
The galactic government.
You have the Constitution pulled up here?
Dude, yeah. All 100 pages of it. The Declaration of Galactic Independence.
Signed by Hillary Rodham Clinton, I see.
It's fake.
December 2009. I mean, he's got straight, like, that's a seal right there of copyright. Yeah, under the seal of the Copyright Office, he's at least copyrighted the establishment of the galactic government is what it is. So it doesn't necessarily mean that follow it, but I mean they got a flag.
Yeah,
that's a good first step. So let me just ask you this: this guy says that he is the president of the galactic government, which is the government that covers everything except for Earth. However, he lives here in California, which is inside the United States. Does he not have to follow, shouldn't we just deport this guy? I mean, Like, right? Does he have dual citizenship? That's what I want to know. I think this might be the loophole back at him. Like, that's cool. You got a loophole. You own the moon now. We'll get
beat it.
Beat it.
Galactic government and
we're going to kick the galactic government out of the United States.
Yeah, you're not allowed here. You're worse than North Koreans.
Yeah, you just claim property and make your own flags. The North Koreans can't even do that.
Does he have a military yet?
I don't know. I read as far as that, their government isn't completely set up in each of their states, which one of their states is like Venus would be a whole state technically. And then their government isn't set up until there's 25,000 people living there.
So it's not even real.
Not until people live there, I guess. But I guess the president and everyone serving in office has a mandatory 12 years they have to go. Mandatory for 12 years, and then they can only serve for 6 after that.
So this dude, when people start moving to the moon, he's like, well, I guess I got to go because I'm the president.
Yeah, I skimmed through his Constitution. It looks a lot like the United States Constitution.
I mean, they straight up ripped off the American Constitution. Pretty sure he just changed some words. We the people of the galactic government, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common security, promote the foundations of freedom, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity. That's one big sentence.
Dude, here's what I'm saying. If this guy can do it, so can we.
Yeah.
Let's start our own government. We'll have a cooler name than the Galactic Government.
The Galactic Empire.
That might be a straight ripoff of Star Wars, but we will call it Empire Galactic. How about that?
Ooh, that's good.
And then this guy's done all the hard work. All we have to do is copy and paste his and we'll just change the words to who we are.
Yeah, but is Hillary Rodham Clinton going to sign off on it?
She has signed off on this one, so.
Constitutionally recognized president. You're the only one that recognizes it because you wrote this, dude.
Yeah, he calls himself a doctor, too, so I'm not sure if that's
Is he not a doctor?
I don't know. Dennis Hope. Although I do like this guy. I mean, I'm talking kind of bad about him, but I like him. I watched some videos where he's interviewed. He's really interesting, and I really sincerely believe that he believes that he's 100% right, and he's not stealing anything from anybody. He's just the guy that figured it out.
Dude, he's even got his presidential picture.
It looks just like what President Donald Trump just did in the White House, only it looks like he took the picture with an iPhone 4.
Or in his mom's basement. The dude's a millionaire because of it.
Yeah.
Actually, he's a quadrillionaire because he owns the moon.
Well, yeah, he's the richest guy, so I don't know if he's really super concerned about making earthly money anymore.
I don't need your earthly money.
He has sold over 600 million acres of land on multiple planets. Dignitaries from other countries. I mean, people like celebrities, multiple presidents. Those are all celebrities. They got nothing
John
better
Travolta,
to spend their money on.
George Lucas, of course, he has moon property. Harrison Ford.
He probably spent $29.99 of his $4 billion he sold.
That is not Harrison Ford.
You hover over him and it says Harrison Ford?
Yep.
Well, Harrison Ford is on there. What does it say for him?
Harrison Ford. What is going on here? Clint Eastwood.
I was hoping they'd have a dude's name over Nicole Kidman.
Barbara Walters has some. Tom Hanks. I feel like
Tom Cruise, of course he does.
I feel like these people didn't actually do it. Like their agent was like, "Oh yeah, it'd be cool if if your name is on here." This
company was like, "Hey, will you buy if we give you this land on the moon? Can we put your picture on our website?"
I don't give a rip. I'm gonna buy 20 acres of moon property.
I just want. All I need is 1 acre. Because, I mean, I don't want to get extravagant.
I want to flaunt my money.
Yeah, I mean, George Lucas has got 4,000 acres. I'll stick with 1.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to encroach on Star Wars up there on the moon. You get, deeds and crap.
So what happens when this dude dies? Does he have is there a vice president already in office? Because what if he dies before he can take office, I guess?
I mean, what if he's just offed? How do you I mean, how do you take over government, right? You can overthrow a government. Maybe guy.
That's what we should do.
Yeah. Maybe we should just take this guy prisoner.
There we go. Yeah, we don't want to kill him.
No, because that's illegal.
I mean, so is kidnapping, but...
No. This guy doesn't belong in the United States government. He's got his own.
So we're going to hold him captive.
As the U.S. government.
Yeah. We are representatives
Yeah, hey, I've lived here for 33 years of my life. I'm a citizen.
That's longer than you've owned the moon for, pal.
Yeah, dude, no, it's not.
No, he's owned it for 37 years, almost 38 now.
A leisure company even plans to open an indoor golf course on the moon. His biggest sale so far is 2.6 million acres to one person. That's pretty good.
He turned down a massive offer worth hundreds of millions of dollars because the company wanted to buy the polar regions.
Because they have water on them,
Uh,
and they're not for sale. I heard him say that.
oh, yep, that's where the frozen water is, and they're not for sale.
I mean, this guy is seriously, dude, from his videos, I feel like he's really kind of taking into consideration every situation that he could be in, and he's trying to be a good guy. You know, he doesn't want to monopolize the land. I mean, he already owns every planet, so that would be a crazy view, I would say, just watching the Earth rise every morning.
Oh, look, the Earth's up this morning.
Oh, yep. Still, it doesn't give us any light whatsoever. What if you could buy land between, like, let's just sell space? Because
That's what I'm talking about. But I want to buy just a cubic mile of space,
yeah.
and then tape it off or something, yo, this is mine, get out.
Do you sell just a square mile of space, or do you sell like a mile orbit around the Earth? I want to own like the vacuum of space.
I bet you that guy never thought of it, and that's how we can get him.
Because
we own this space, and we're going to set up toll booths along the way, and if you want to get to your freaking moon, you're going to have to pay us millions of dollars to pass our toll booths.
Yeah, and then Trump will be okay with us building a wall.
Yeah, we're going to build
just build a wall.
Big old wall in space around the Earth.
Wall.
Encapsulate the Earth in a wall.
Well, it would have to be around circular.
I meant
a spherical wall.
Yep. Totally block the sun out.
Dude, in that case, you could build on the wall as a new surface.
Just blew my mind. Or we could just build it a clear wall. We could just see through so we can still get the sun. Okay. But then it bakes us because it's
like in Star Wars Rogue One, where they encapsulate that planet with a shield, and then they had a gate.
I probably fell asleep during that part. Oh, no, I do remember that. Yep.
Yeah, and they had to have a clearance code, and they opened the gate, and they flew these giant ships through it because the gate was huge.
Yep, that's what we're going to do.
That's the I Wish I Knew Stuff podcast gate.
Yeah. You want to get to the moon? That'll be $12 billion to go through the gate.
Yeah, a chump change since you're traveling to the moon to build an estate. I do have a top 5 list for you, though.
Oh?
Yep. Here's the top 5 list. The top 5 best options for outer space real estate. Because you might think that buying land on Uranus is the best idea ever.
It's the funniest.
It's definitely the funniest, but it's not quite the best idea. I would say that buying land on Mercury is number 5 because, it's not number 1.
You would die on it.
Yeah, that a big downside to buying land on Mercury right now is that it's about 800 degrees Fahrenheit at noon.
What's it get at night?
Oh, like a cool 750.
Yeah. Just bring your sunscreen.
Because of the small size of the planet, acres are actually expensive. They're about $100 an acre. Number 4 would be Venus. It's the closest planet to the Earth, which is a good advantage because you do not have to travel as far if you're going, back to your winter home on Earth. But oddly enough, it's actually hotter than Mercury.
Really?
It gets up to 890 degrees.
So only 90 degrees hotter?
Yeah, I can deal with 90 degrees. Right?
Which, when you're talking about hundreds, 800 to 890, you probably wouldn't even notice.
I don't think I would notice. I'd be boiling. My blood would be boiling at 300 degrees.
I think you would just be vaporized.
It could be.
Step off the ship, spontaneously combust.
One time my oven got really hot. It got above the 500 degree broil.
How'd you pull that off?
I just left it on accident on the broil mode, and it was really hot, way hotter than 500 degrees, maybe 501 degrees. I couldn't even get close, dude. Yeah.
How'd you turn it off? With a stick?
Yeah.
Did you really?
No, but it was hot. I could tell, the floor was melting and was getting on my socks, and I hate that. Ask my wife, man.
The melting floor was on my socks.
Dude, if anything gets on my socks, I freak out.
You're weird.
No, I ain't.
Yeah,
I don't like things on my socks.
I don't like socks.
Well, land is $112 an acre on Venus, so still more expensive than the moon.
And more expensive than Mercury.
By $12 because you get extra heat. It's a little warmer. It's a little nicer. A little more
nice.
summer side.
Yeah, a better winter getaway.
So number 3 is it's not low, it's not L-O, it's I-O. It's I-O, two vowels.
That's not
and
a planet.
It's a moon of Jupiter, or Io or Io.
That's pretty dang far away. Orbits Jupiter in an average distance of 29.54 gigameters.
That's not even a thing.
What's
a gigameter?
1 gigameter is
10 to the 9th power.
So a gigameter is 1 billion meters.
That's huge. Yep, it's the farthest of these options. You know, volcanoes can reach 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit on Jupiter's moon. But here's the cool thing about that is that it does warm up the planet warm up the moon from what it would be, that being that far away from the sun, to a warm negative 202 degrees Fahrenheit.
That's what the high gets up to?
Yeah, at noon in the summer.
Nice.
So it's survivable.
I guess, maybe.
It's close to absolute zero, so it's pretty survivable.
Sounds terrible.
And the land is only $80 per acre.
I mean, is it even land, though? Because isn't Jupiter just a big ball of gas?
No. This is the moon of Jupiter, and it is land. It's got volcanoes and dirt, things like that. It's rich in geothermic energy. So
here's something I always wish I knew.
Yeah.
They always say, this planet's made up of 70% diamonds and stuff like that. Like, how the frick do they know?
Yeah, they didn't drill.
Yeah, they ain't been to that planet. You don't know what's in there. How do you know?
How do we know that it's not like the opposite of the Earth, where people, on Earth, it's hot on the inside and people live on the outside? Maybe Jupiter is hot on the outside and people live on the inside. Jupiter could be full of aliens that...
Yeah, that's why we don't know why we can't find the aliens, because they're all inside the planets.
Yeah, they just haven't figured out how to get out yet. And it's just whoever gets to Io first gets to claim the land. Take that, friggin' Dennis Hope.
Take that.
All right, so number 2, as you can imagine, is Mars. Mars is the 4th planet from the sun, and it's only 39.9 million miles from the Earth.
That's just, a couple of days road trip.
You got to get to it fast, though, because, Dennis has already sold 325 million acres of Mars. But luckily, there's a bunch more. And it rotates, unlike the moon. There's no dark side of Mars. And it has polar caps with water, and is probably the most inhabitable planet besides the Earth, obviously. It's $135 an acre.
What's their temperature get up to over there in Mars?
Actually, it's pretty warm. It's negative 100 degrees during night.
Huh.
And, but unfortunately, due to the thin atmosphere, it's 800 degrees at noon still. So there's 900 degrees of change during a day.
That's a lot.
I mean, you're going to have to wear shorts underneath your coat. Because, once the sun comes up, it's going to be like that Pitch Black movie.
I was just going to say, it's like Pitch Black. You have to get out of the way.
Hide in the shadow.
You light on fire.
The shadow's negative 100 degrees. Well, you take a step 1 inch to the left.
I'm just saying, if it's 900 degrees, in the shade, it's going to be hot as balls still.
Well, here's the thing. I'm pretty sure that even if something is 500 degrees on the Earth, it's catching fire. I mean, it's just that. So how is this entire planet not on fire?
There ain't nothing to burn. It's
just
dirt.
Because there's no oxygen?
True.
No.
And it's just dirt.
It's just dirt.
People think that we're going to move to Mars. How are we going to live?
How is that not melting the Mars rover? They just hide that thing in shadows during the day?
Yeah, I don't know.
It lives in a cave. It's the first caveman.
Cave bot.
I don't know. We just citizenized the android in the world.
That's a whole nother
Saudi
discussion.
Arabia. Yeah, we're going to have to go down that road in the podcast. When machines take over the Earth, that's what we're going to talk about.
That's when we all move to Mars and die.
Yeah. I feel like that at least my grandkids are going to be able to see a person land on Mars, I feel like. It takes, I can't remember how many days it takes to get to the moon. 3 days.
Yep.
But I think from here to Mars, it's going to take months. Right,
about 3 days. I was closer than you were.
Yeah, 3. Yep. What did I say?
30.
Really? 30 days to get to the moon?
That's what you said.
Oh, I did not mean that. I meant 3 like you.
How long does it take to get to Mars? Journey from Earth to Mars takes about 300 days.
Why don't they just say months? I mean, seriously, I feel like we're talking about somebody's kid here.
Why don't they just say a year?
My kid is 72 months old.
They should just say
it takes 3.
Dude, 1 tetrameter is 1 billion kilometers. Or 6.7 astronomical units. How far is that? Because I'm going to start referring to things. Oh, how far away is Denver? Well, it's about 2 2/4 of an astronomical unit away.
It's 0.012 astronomical units. Wow.
The astronomical unit is a unit of length, roughly the distance from Earth to the Sun. 93 million miles.
So you should be able to, on your GPS, you should be able to select your distance
in astronomical
units. So it would reference like the distance from here to Denver compared to 93 million miles.
Dude, sorry.
Yeah.
Carry on. I thought I saw it say something about parsecs.
Oh.
Like the Kessel Run, doing the Kessel Run in 13 parsecs. Or 12 or whatever you did it in.
Less than 12 parsecs. Come on. Friggin' Han Solo over here.
So this conversion calculator doesn't have astronomical units, but it has light years. 1 light year in feet is a lot. We'll just say that.
Distance conversion calculator, and you tried to convert 1 light year into feet?
Oh, I didn't try. I did. It's just a big number.
It's just there's not enough characters on the Earth that can tell you what that is.
What kind of question is this? Where is outer space?
Huh.
It takes a year to get there. Every 2 years, Mars is at its closest point. Only 55 million kilometers.
Well, it says, and it's the ideal time to send a spacecraft?
Every 2 years. So you'd wait till it got its closest, you'd wait a year, and then you'd launch it.
And then by the time it got there,
it would be at its closest point.
At its closest point. Oh, wow, cool. Number 1, the obviously
Earth.
is the moon.
Oh.
Nope. No one likes to buy land on the Earth. It's too expensive.
It is pretty dang expensive.
But you can buy land on the moon is the number 1 place for space real estate. So the biggest size, remember we were talking about the continent size?
Yeah.
It actually specifically is 5.3 million acres big.
That's pretty big.
Yeah, costs $13.3 million, not yen. That'd be pretty cheap if it was 13 million yen. The Lunar Land website was selling moon land for $30 an acre. That's pretty cheap because the website Moon Estates, the one that Dennis owns, its average is $145 per acre.
So 5.3 million acres, is only 8,200 square miles.
Only 8,200 square miles.
Yeah, the U.S. is 3.8 million square miles.
Oh, so it's pretty small. It's like the size of California then.
So we're looking for something that's roughly 8,200.
8,200 square miles is the continent-sized piece of land on the moon that you can buy for 13 mil. A cool 13 mil, that's what you would say.
New Jersey.
Really, that's it.
New Jersey is 8,721 square miles. 5.3 million acres is 8,281. So it's a little smaller.
No, those are square miles.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
See, 5.3 million acres.
So when they say you can buy a continental size, they're exaggerating quite a bit.
You can buy New Jersey.
Because, it's a New Jersey-sized piece of land on the moon. But can you imagine, like, how big New Jersey is on the moon? Because the moon's quite a bit smaller.
It's a good-sized chunk.
Yeah. That's going to be crazy, I think. I mean, I don't think that I'll ever be able to go to the moon. Not even my kids. Maybe not even my grandkids. But one day, people are going to be walking around up there like, oh, check out the Earth. Remember when we used to go there and we could go to Disney World?
Remember,
that was sucked
I heard my grandpa lived there. That's weird.
Earth was weird, man. They had water and stuff. And we just, we have cool things. Like, we can jump high. And we have
run fast.
8-wheeled vehicles.
We have to wear these stupid spacesuits all the time.
Yeah. Wish I could be on Earth where I could be free and run around in shorts and breathe the smog of San Francisco.
The smog of San Francisco? I think that's Los Angeles.
Do you think somebody from Los Angeles who sees smog every day and gets health warnings during the summertime for don't go outside for more than this many hours a day because, it could affect your lung health. You think somebody like that moves to the moon would miss that?
Probably not.
I don't know. I think they would. Or maybe they wouldn't miss specifically the smog, but they would gladly have the smog over just living on the moon in complete darkness all the time.
I don't know, but here's an interesting fact.
Yeah.
Montana has
where
the
we at.
third least population density in the country.
Yeah, that's good.
Get out.
Everybody needs to stay out.
There's only 6.8 people per square mile.
That's why it takes me forever to get to your house sometimes.
Yeah, because that 0.8th person is in the way.
Friggin' traffic, man. I would say by this time we're pretty boring.
Yep.
Here's the thing. Mark and I decided we want to express our right for freedom of speech. and just say and talk about whatever we want.
And learn
and
along
learn
the way.
Yeah, learn at the same time. So our idea behind this is that we can express ourselves and just talk and have fun. And I want to try to make Mark laugh as much as possible.
Good luck, sucker.
We hope you enjoy it too. I mean, this is exactly why we started this podcast, because we really do wish we knew stuff. I feel many times when I'm thinking about things that I don't know things. I don't know.
I like to know things.
A
It's
lot
fun
of
to
stuff.
learn.
It's just kind of a project we're into right now. This is the first one. I imagine that our podcasts, if we get going, like if we get on a roll, I mean, they'll probably be PG-13, I'm guessing.
Which, yeah.
I mean, this one might be. You talked about anuses.
Yeah, but we didn't have an F word.
Yeah, true. You know that
You can get away with a lot in a PG movie now. But you say one F word, PG-13.
Plus, I mean, I got a middle schooler, and he ain't 13 yet, and I guarantee they talk about anuses.
And wieners.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you talk about anything like that, he'll giggle. And it's like, oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
When he turns 13, he's going to be F word all the time.
Oh, man, that's not going to be
Just
good.
kidding. Here's my little 2 cents.
Your little 2 cents.
My little 2 cents is if anybody's even listening at this point of it and they got ideas for like cool topics that they want to hear,
Yeah.
let us know and we'll learn about it.
Oh, everybody's listening at this point. We've captivated the audience.
They're in it to the end.
I mean, by the time that we even get to check how many people seen this, it's going to be viral. Okay,
So give us ideas.
Yeah,
We got a big list though, but
We-
we're going to need more.
we do. Yeah, some PG-13 subjects. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, man. So this is I Wish I Knew Stuff podcast signing off. We'll see you next time in episode 2.
Love you too.
We've got it.